Isn't existence just a trip?
Welcome to Life Touching, an animated variety talk show where we mind meld with people and creatures from all over the spectrum of consciousness.
Today, I ask you, are we all just creatures experiencing the nipple textures of our bodies as we rotate along a flamboyant wonder wheel? That sounds like a yes. Join us as we crack open the doors of perception with a cuttlefish acid trip and a once-in-a-lifetime Coney Island feast for the body.
Flamboyant cuttlefish get their name from their jeweled coloring. In an aquarium, they are a riot of color, pulsing and shimmering and waving their small mouthful of tentacles at humans who draw too near. But in the wild, flamboyant cuttlefish are rarely flamboyant unless they're scared or horny. Cephalopods spend their days trundling through mud and looking like mud. But if a predator approaches, the cuttlefish may burst into color to confuse its would-be devourer and escape. The flamboyant cuttlefish is only flamboyant around bright lights and looming shadows because it is startled, flushed, endangered. The other exception is when the flamboyant cuttlefish decides to mate. The small male splashes himself in passing cloud, his skin a tapestry of regal reds, white swirls, and a long gold stripe. He dazzles to the camouflaged object of his affections. This courtship can expose the cuttlefish to passing predators, even land the pursuer in the jaws of a scorpionfish. But if he's lucky, the female cuttlefish will concede to mate with him, and she will lay her eggs in coconut shells, the only safe places on the open, sandy seafloor. Flamboyant cuttlefish can live up to 2 years and mate in the spring over a handful of weeks, during which each female mates with as many other cuttlefish as she desires. She will die soon after she has laid her eggs, so she makes the most of it while she's still soft, pulsing, and alive. When I'm in college, my friend Evan and I take what we later suspect is synthetic acid. The trip starts out normally enough. We skitter in and out of time like water striders and give in to a fevered urge to merge with the grass, melt into the earth. But when we go back to Evan's apartment, see the walls caving in and doorways collapsing, I see the glassy brown marble of Evan's eye drip down their face until it dangles from the sharp line of their jaw. My mouth opens in horror, and my hands reach out instinctively to catch it before it falls to the floor. I watch my own arm bend in a perfect, taffied curve as if I had no bones, nothing rigid inside myself to support all this flesh and blood. Our friend Liz holds the limp tube of my arm, squeezes it, and tells me I am okay, that my arm is not broken. I take a shower to collect myself, and I try to look at the tiles, but they are changing color. I focus on the grout, but it is creeping out of my vision like a slime mold. I look at the cartoon eye on the L'Oreal shampoo bottle, which drips off too. And then I can't help it, and I look at my body. It is wobbling in front of my eyes, legs wavy like bacon, and one breast snaking toward the floor. The other is nowhere to be seen, just a nipple lying nonchalantly on a flat chest like an eraser on a desk. When I get out of the shower to tell Evan about the sensation, we agree it's impossible that I could have seen my body shapeshift. Denying it helps me calm down. But what I felt was real. The rubbery blade of my arm, my fingers sprouting like seedlings, the tingling cosmos of my infinite chest. I blocked this trip out of my mind for years, so close to forgetting, until those weeks this past summer, when I am staring down at myself in the shower, distant feet and pale legs, and suddenly I feel something, a pang of remembrance like a phantom limb, and hold my fingers up to see if they will shrink and grow. They do not. I have missed my chance and am now stuck in my immutable body, my cast. Unlike chameleons, cuttlefish can change textures, becoming as smooth as a marble in one instant, and in the next fringed like seaweed. The change comes from their papillae, bundles of muscle that can expand from smooth to jutting, somewhat akin to a hardening nipple. They have two sets of muscles, and alternating which ones they squeeze and relax determines which bumps arise or retreat back into flesh. One scientist compares it to squeezing a water balloon. Cinch it in the middle and the top will rise. Let go and it all sags back. Cuttlefish can mime texture on sight alone, never needing to physically touch the substance they imitate. Watching a cuttlefish's papillae extrude and hold stiff feels almost tectonic, like you are witnessing the birth of a volcano or the growth of a forest from a bird's eye. Each cuttlefish species has a repertoire of various papillae shapes, spikes and spines and mushroomy blobs, allowing the creatures to smooth out on a bed of pebbles or prickle against branches of coral, as though the surface of their skin is dancing and alive.
Acid trip, or a sober frolic, or something in between. As an algae bloom, would it be possible for me to fit into the human world? How would I change my texture? Or will people see too much, or too little? Maybe the world would change its texture for me. Or must they remain in myth, in drag, in carnival? I see myself in various bodies as new selves. But I can be myself in various bodies. Will my mom ask me if I am gay? Or think I'm a slut? Probably both. Because I am a topological map in a medieval mystery. A hybrid. Camouflage and visibility. The same but different. I perform but also conceal myself. Both ask me to question what's real and what's an illusion. I am a hybrid, a fluid identity, chromatic flesh. I'm just like this. A cyclone of change, reaction, and mutation. Isn't this what we are made of? The disconnect between my internal experience and my external appearance. Perhaps this is why transformations are so disorienting. This terrain is sticky with bacterial growth, shifting, textural, and slippery. I see myself, living flesh, like a tide pool or a coral reef.